Welcome. This is a series of practices to guide you into the breath, but to also help you understand more of the anatomy of the breath and to actually get you into your diaphragm and into your lungs. Often we just kind of have a bit of a concept of what these organs are as opposed to really having a felt sense. So I'm going to give us just a little bit of information at the start around diaphragm, lungs, and then we'll go into some practices. And this is for you if you've been struggling a little bit with your breathing. This video is actually for my partner's mum, Mary. So Mary, this one's for you. And this is going to help to find more capacity, more space, and fundamentally more relationship to your diaphragm, to your lungs, to the pattern of breath that you have naturally, and then how to find a bit more space so there can be a more easeful breath. I'm going to include, besides this kind of lung embodiment and diaphragm embodiment, I'll also do some yogic breaths, so 3-part breath, and some nadi shodhana. So if you want some Prānāyāma practices and techniques to support your own meditation practice, then this might also be useful. Okay, so first of all, we'll just map and chart the diaphragm. So your diaphragm attaches, this little wire popping up. Diaphragm attaches to your ribs, to your rib cage. So you can just use your fingers to just gently slide your fingers underneath your rib cage, so you start to massage your diaphragm. So it's really powerful muscle. It's like this membrane that is a threshold between your upper body and your lower body, and it attaches all the way around to the spine at the back. And your diaphragm is like this membrane that spreads and flattens. So as you inhale, and you might do this with your hand, as you inhale, your diaphragm is spreading, opening, flattening, and pressing down onto your stomach and spleen and liver and your intestines, your reproductive organs. So as you inhale, there's a big massage, and then as you exhale, it domes up, helps your lungs to condense. As you inhale, it spreads. And as you exhale, it domes up. And just close your eyes and just sense into that pattern for a moment. So take a big full inhale through your nose. And sense into the spreading, the pressing down of the diaphragm. And then as you exhale, it domes up into your rib cavity, allowing your lungs to condense and empty out. And you might bring this hand gesture in as well to help you find that pattern of movement. Think of it like a jellyfish. Imagine that jellyfish pattern. There's a fluidity. The diaphragm is like a membrane. It has a kind of softness and a sponginess to it. Just some nice, generous, steady breaths. Finding that spreading on the inhale and then the doming on the exhale. And just take a couple more. Really allowing your awareness to drop into this, it's almost like a trampoline, the diaphragm. And not only is it massaging the organs of your belly, the organs inside the middle of your body, but every time it moves down, it's attached to the heart, so it gently massages the heart, your heart, pulling on your heartstrings as it moves down, and then offering some release, some relief as it domes up. And you might open your eyes. You can keep them closed if you like. I'm just going to show you how I'm going to now slide my hands across my body, crossing my arms so that the palm of my right hand finds my left rib cavity and the palm of my left finds my right. And as you let your hands really soften into your ribs, just feeling that warmth, that support, the kind of energy of this embrace. And I'm just going to show you the size of your lungs. So your lungs are pretty big. They are as big as your rib cavity. And you have the upper lobes, which reach all the way up beyond your collarbones. And then the middle and back lobes are actually around the back and the sides. So you can use your hands to chart this. And actually, if you allow the tips of your fingers to just softly rest in those valleys at the base of your neck as you inhale and inhale into your fingertips, you can feel the tops of your lungs. And if you feel like, oh, I can't feel them right now, then that's fine. Over time, you might have a greater sensitivity to them. But you can feel a gentle expansion going up there. And then you might want to find, let's go to the left side. So just find the middle lobe. So the upper lobe and then the middle lobe. And actually on the left side, you have two essentially, because the heart niches into the left lung. So there's a space here. You have three on the right. And so this second lobe kind of splits in two, and it's at the front side and then the back. So you can bring your hands there and just breathe into the side and the back of your left lung. And just close your eyes for a moment and just really let your attention pour down into the side and the back. And just breathing generously into your hands. And we'll spend a little bit more time here shortly after we've just mapped and charted the lungs on both sides. So bring your hands over to the right side and just gently remember the upper right lobe. And then on this side, you have three lobes. It's the middle lobe and then the lower lobe. Oh, it's nice just to feel the warmth of that on my lungs, of my touch on my lungs. And you can also just move a little and just move the tissue and the bone around the big organs of your lungs. And then you can start to breathe into your hands, and if there's movement, my body just wants to move around my lungs here. You might just enjoy receiving the warmth of your touch, and then whatever's happening for you, breathe deeply into your hands. You can close your eyes and just release your jaw. Feel your breath expand into the middle and the lower lobes of your lungs. So your breath is reaching into the sides and the back of your body, feeling the sides and the back of your rib cage expand. And actually, let's close that here. That feels like enough information for now. And you can just take some time to play with that. You might bring your hands to just to the back lower lobes, maybe to the sides. Yeah, I'm going to break these videos down a little bit more, but if you want to lie down and just breathe into your hands, have your hands wherever they naturally land on your lungs, and just breathe there for a good few minutes, just getting a sense of how your lungs expand and contract, getting a sense of their scale, their dimension. Getting a sense of maybe where it's easier to send your breath, maybe just where your breath reaches for now. And just explore, be curious, be gentle, and we'll build on this in the next video.